Hello, hello, good morning. I have to try and be a little bit quiet. It's like 5 a.m. over here, and my kids are still asleep. But oh gosh, I had the best sleep last night, and it was so restful. And 3:30 came, and I was just wide awake. And I was tossing and turning in my bed. No, I'm not worried at all, but just from feeling so abundant and grateful that I decided 5 a.m., let's get up, let's get the day started. I'm here in my office. I'm looking around. I have my team here. I'm looking at all of your guys' successes, all the amazing isogenics transformations that we've had on our team, both physically and financially. And I just have this feeling, this overwhelming feeling of gratitude. And so I just wanted to share just a couple words from my heart as I look here at my vision board and I'm looking at all the amazing things that we've accomplished over the last couple weeks and months. I just have this feeling of gratitude, and I know that I couldn't have done it without you guys, and so I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for believing in you. Thank you for believing in the power of your dreams. Thank you for allowing yourself the opportunity to have this gift of isogenics in your life. And kind of to go along with that message, we had an awesome opportunity meeting last night, and I was sitting around with some of our team members, and we were talking about, what gets you through the hard times, because like any other business or like anything in life that's worth it, I sometimes compare it to being a mother. It's my greatest joy, and it's something I enjoy so much, and I love my kids more than anything in the world. But it hasn't always been easy being a mom. And you guys that are parents, you know what that feels like, where you're so in love with these little monsters. Sometimes they're angels, sometimes they're monsters. And yet there's times where you have those wall-kicking moments where you go, holy cow, how am I going to do this for another 10, 15, 20 years? And then there's times where you're totally in love and totally like, man, this is like the best thing in the world and I'm in heaven. And so just like that, anything that's worth it in life, there's going to be times where you have those wall-kicking moments. And I've had countless times like that in this business. And it's a question that I get asked often, like, what gets you through those difficult times? And the thing that ultimately happens is when your why is strong enough, when your reason for being a part of isogenics, when your reason for doing this is big enough, there is nothing that can stand in your way. And for me, when I got started, and I had to go through the hurdles of having a husband that wasn't 100% on board. He was supportive, but it was hard for him to see me go off to meetings and stay home with the kids. And you got to remember, he was working 40 to 60 hours a week. And so by the time he was home, he was exhausted. And the last thing he wanted to do was to see me go off to a meeting and have him stay with the kids and put him, do the whole thing. And so, it wasn't always easy, you know what I mean? There was things that we had to go through. There was times where at the very beginning where, we didn't have the money for our monthly auto ship. And the thing that pulled us through, and there was times that people said no. You had a list of all these people you were connecting with, and they didn't say yes right at right at first. And so you're like, gosh, I'm talking to these people and I know they would have so much success with this. And I wish they could see what I see. And the answer was no, I'm not ready, or I'm not interested, or it's not for me. And you're like, or times where you set that goal and you're like, I'm going to accomplish this, and you didn't quite make it. Now, I've been there so many times. And there's been even more times where we've had those victory celebrations, right? And the thing that pulls you through is that why, and obsessing over that why, and like thinking about it, and visualizing what you want to create. What does your life look like when you are in a space of ultimate freedom? Time freedom, financial freedom, physical freedom. What does your life look like? What are you doing? Who are you with? What places are you visiting? Who are you serving? And when you have that vision and you've painted it in your head and you've seen it so many times and you fall asleep thinking about it and you wake up thinking about it, there is nothing that can stand in your way. There is absolutely nothing that can stand in your way. And so having those visual cues that remind you why you do what you do, that remind you why you share this gift forward, that remind you what it is that you want to create, is what's going to pull you through all the times that are going to be the wall kicking moments where you're like, ah, you know, you tap into that space of this is what I'm creating, and you feel it, you internalize it, and it feels real. And you have that emotional response. Like there's so many times I sit here and I look at my vision board and there's tears streaming down my face. A lot of these things I've accomplished, a lot of these things I'm in the process of accomplishing because I feel it in my heart and I visualize my kids and my husband and us being in that place and seeing those things and participating and creating those memories. And so it's almost like you're having an out-of-body experience because you're there, you're visualizing it, you see it happening. And so when you're in that space and you remind yourself constantly about your why you do what you do, there is nothing, there's no one that can stand in your way. There's nothing. And you pull through and you continue and you find so much joy in sharing and in doing and helping other people. And so it was a great reminder for me last night that it's not so important to be concerned with the how am I going to do this, or how many people, or what do I, but being tapped into that why, that place of why I do what I do, that place of joy and gratitude and abundance and absolute faith. And it's a powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. And so if you kind of feel a little stuck, or you feel like things aren't going your way, or you're finding yourself having a lot of those wall kicking moments, it's time for you to take a couple steps back and really internalize why you're doing what you're doing. Tap into that place of why. Ask yourself those questions and begin to use your creative powers, that visualization powers, so that you can start to create the life that you've always dreamed of. And I'm just so grateful to be in this place where I feel like we've come a long way and we're creating freedom, and we have that full-time family, which is my ultimate why. That's what I wanted more than anything else, was I wanted to have a full-time family where my husband could be not only physically present but emotionally present in our home with our kids, where money was no longer an obstacle, but it was a vehicle to create and dream and bless and serve. And that's exactly what it's become. And it's an amazing, amazing thing. And so I always remind myself, and I want you to eliminate the word hard and isogenics. It does not go in the same sentence. This isn't hard. When you're tapped into that why place, it's not hard. Because you realize that what is hard is not being able to spend time with your kids. What is hard is having the summertime here and having to get up every morning and go to a job. What is hard is not having enough money in the bank to do what you want, to have the freedom that you deserve, to travel to the places that you want to travel to create the memories that you want to create with your family. That's hard. Those are all hard things. But living a life on purpose and working every day to create your dream life, that's not hard. That's joyous and happiness, and it's amazing. It's amazing. And so just a little friendly reminder, tap into that place of gratitude, abundance, faith. Remember that if you have 1% fear, is 0% faith. 1% fear is 0% faith. And so have faith and believe in the power of your dreams. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you for trusting in yourself. Thank you for believing in the power of your dreams. Continue to move forward. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. Don't let anybody stand in your way of that life that you deserve for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones. And because you said yes, you will have the opportunity to bless countless lives, to bless more lives than you can imagine. People you don't even know that will walk into your life because you said yes to Isogenics, you said yes to this gift, and you said yes to sharing it forward. My wish for you is that you will remind yourself every single day to turn on that dreamer, to visualize that life that you've always wanted, and to feel as if though it's already happened. To be in that place of abundance and gratitude. Again, thank you so much. Have an incredible day. Today is Freedom Friday, and so let's celebrate the freedom that we're creating on our team. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your example. And don't ever, ever, ever stop believing.